Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hey, I'm Francesca.
Welcome back to our podcast, Critical Babe Theory.
Hey, can I start with something?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, just because I want to say out there to our listeners or / people who just shit on us on TikTok, I hear you. And I learned something from TikTok today, Sarah, which is
What?
Drew, that's their name, pointed out a key piece of biblical exegesis that blew my mind. Remember how like a couple episodes ago we were talking about how like I'm so into like Jesus was like, verily I say unto you, it is more likely for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man to go to heaven. Dude, Drew dropped some knowledge on me, which is that in the Aramaic, the word for camel, camelos, was very similar to the Aramaic word for thick rope, camelon. So it's possible that it was a mistranslation. And what Jesus was really saying is it's harder to pass a big piece of rope through a needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven.
Okay.
Which is like
Easier than a camel.
is weird. And I was just like, I saw this morning and it messed me up, Sarah.
Honestly, it makes way more sense.
So Drew, thank you. We're lifelong learners here at Critical Babe Theory. We're open to being wrong or for the Bible to be wrong. So, or the translations of the Bible. So anyway, I learned something today, Sarah.
This was the devastating exegesis.
Yes, this is, I mean, literally constantly in my mind, I'm like, pass that camel through an eye of a needle. You know what I mean? And it's like,
it's way more fun to say that than a thick rope.
yeah. Anyway, that was the pressing thing I had to tell you.
Okay, good. I'm glad that we cleared that up.
Mm-hmm.
If any other biblical scholars want to chime in,
Yeah,
we're interested.
I like my dream. So I did study. I was a classicist in college, focusing in ancient Greek, and I wanted to like study the whatever. I wanted to like look into the Koine, which is also has to do with the Aramaic. Anyway, if you're smart like that, I discontinued my classicist education.
If
before
you're smart as Francesca.
No, if you're smarter than me, if you're just smart, it's not a competition. This is what I tell my kids all the time. I'm like, it's not a competition. Competition is an illusion. Anyway, come talk to us. We're interested. How are you doing today?
I told Francesca I feel like I'm in finals because I just haven't been sleeping. You
look great.
Well, because I bought makeup. I'm starting my new makeup routine. I really don't wear makeup. Because
she doesn't because she's so stunning.
Why gild the lily?
I mean, to be honest.
And I just never learned how to do it. So
yeah.
It feels like now am I really going to sit down and like watch YouTube or TikTok videos about how to do my makeup? Like I'm 31 years old, you know?
Dude, I learned how to do my hair at 37. Like I learned how to get my hair, like get myself a blowout at 37. And I watched those videos.
Well, I think I'm going to need to do that because I've decided that I am going to get a blow dryer. I told my husband, I was like, I want to increase my beauty routine. And he was like, you know, something I really like about your look is how natural you look. And I'm like, no, I was like literally just thinking about buying a blow dryer. He was like, oh, okay, yeah. I think he thought I was going to like get work done.
Boop, boop,
yeah.
Beep.
Which I'm not opposed to. But I saw Julia Roberts on the cover of did we already talk about this?
Like the Julia Roberts?
Yeah, on the cover of a magazine.
Oh yeah, that new magazine, 78, whatever.
Yeah, she looks so fucking weird. Like it's kind of tragic.
Everybody's all about, there's all these articles right now about how like deep plane facelifts are like the new magical miracle in plastic surgery. I'm sorry, you're never gonna sell me.
Like, look up a photo of Audrey Hepburn when she was old. Yeah. She looks so good and so elegant, you know?
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful. Also, if you put a little more fat on your frame as you age, it's really not great to be super skinny as you get older. You need the fat to fill out the wrinkles.
Yeah, because it still reads like that kind of face still reads as like you're old. Like it's not fooling us.
I'm not fooled.
Like it's a new look for old people.
Or they'll be like, look at Anne Hathaway fresh off the knife on the whatever, on the red carpet. And it's like, yeah, that's one photo from a certain angle with insane lighting. But like, you know, what about the breakfast table? Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whatever. I have strong opinions that people super disagree with about that, but I'm pretty anti.
Getting work done?
I am, yeah.
I feel like as an actress, it doesn't really serve you.
Well, I think people would really disagree. They would say it's the only way to remain relevant.
But how are you going to play? I mean, how are you going to freeze your face and then
Nicole Kidman
act?
Although she's
I guess,
she's like kind of amazing.
Proves my point wrong.
Yeah, I mean that's, but for me it's more like it's about the spiritual struggle of accepting the inevitability of death and sexual irrelevance. And I want to climb that hill, Sarah.
I recently reached a serene point because I got kind of fat like a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
Because of my chronic illness.
She does have a chronic illness.
My autoimmune disorder.
Yeah.
And
women. Okay.
And the worst part of my illness is that it made me fat.
That is so offensive. I'm so sorry.
But I had this like kind of acceptance. I was like, okay, I'm in this long-term relationship. I'm not really hot anymore.
I'm on a Caribbean island.
I was in the Caribbean.
It's COVID.
Yeah. So I was just kind of like, it's okay. Like I'm not going to be hot, and that's okay. But then I got hot again, and now I like feel myself clinging to it.
Oh, no, stay with the former fat girl. I feel like so much of my life has been really helpfully informed by the fact that I was once fat.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this on the
like
podcast.
Staying humble, or like knowing what it's like to just hate. I guess a lot of people hate their body, but finding, you know, like really feeling like I was trapped in this body that was not right and was not mine. And I had to like come to peace with that. And I was able to it took years and years of spiritual work and struggle and prayer and all this shit. But
yeah, which is good because I think like it's cool if you want to be skinny. I enjoy being skinny, but you know, the body, this is not, you know, I'm just occupying this body. This body belongs to God, and God will make me fat and skinny as he pleases.
I mean, Jesus, dude.
We had a guest on who just said that she asked God to make her skinny.
Oh,
it's the Biat episode if you want to listen to it.
Yeah, the Hot Girl's Guide to Enlightenment.
Yeah, but in my experience, that just hasn't been my experience.
Yeah. I mean, the only things that have made me skinny have been like complete surrender of all my hopes and dreams and or cocaine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Those are kind of the only two paths.
Yeah, I'm very dubious. These Celsiuses, which I'm
slamming.
It says it burns body fat.
That's just, I mean, anxiety does burn body fat.
That's me, right?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. But like having kids, it's just so funny, like the whole Hollywood thing. I remember seeing back when the tabloids mattered, when you read, what was it, like In Touch and Star and People and stuff. I remember seeing one article as a teenager, which was like, Kate Hudson gained 40 pounds during her pregnancy. And like, as somebody who's been pregnant twice, I gained 40 pounds both times. And it's shocking. Almost none of it was fat. It's like mostly fluid. And because you put on a huge amount of fluid, like I did gain 40 pounds, but it's not like I looked fat. I was just like shit gets full when you're carrying a baby.
Yeah, you just looked pregnant.
I just looked pregnant. So it's like, now I'm like, God, why were they ragging on her for gaining 40 pounds? That's standard issue. You know what I mean? If you don't want to be a skinny pregnant bitch. Can I just put it out there? That's not good for your baby. We're not trying to just gain 20 during the pregnancy. Like, Jesus.
Yeah,
have
like,
some
what are you
respect
trying
for the bloodline.
Yeah, you want your baby to come out skinny?
Like, and I was a preemie because my mom had this thing called placenta previa where her placenta detached from her uterus, and like I didn't really get fed, and she was bedridden, and she almost died, and like all this trauma. And when I came out, I looked fucked up, dude. Like, skinny babies are sad. I was sad. I was just a bunch of eyes.
Yeah.
And angles. And that was it.
Yeah. So in conclusion, try to be really skinny all the time, except when you're pregnant, try to be really fat. Come back for more fitness advice. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You know who might have some ideas?
Who?
Ezra Klein.
Or I was gonna say Pete Hegseth. Did you listen to his speech to the all the admirals and generals? How he was yelling at them about how they're being fat, and he doesn't want to look out at the audience on how fat they are. You didn't see that shit?
I didn't.
It's literally so crazy. I mean, look. Do I get? Yes, the whole point. He was like basically saying that everybody in the army needs to be meeting the PT, like the physical. What does PT stand for in that? It's not physical therapy. But like
physical training?
Yeah, physical training standards. And he's like, it's not good for the army. It's not, I believe he literally said, it's not a good look for there to be fat generals. But can you imagine like hosting an unprecedented military meeting where you call in everybody from all across the world and then you bring them there? You put yourself behind like a patent stage, right, with a big American flag, and then you yell at them about being fat and not shaving their hair, their facial hair enough. I was just like, these people are so fucking crazy.
It's really bitchy of him.
It's so bitchy. And this is the thing. Originally, we were going to do this episode and it was going to be called Schizo Velocity, about like all the crazy shit that the administration is doing, like having this big war meeting that everybody was like, what are they doing? The James Comey indictment, where they literally got this bitch who's never litigated a case before. What's her name? Something like Jennifer Tilly. That's not her name, but it's something like that. But then I saw a picture of her and I was like, she's like an insurance lawyer. But then I saw a picture of her and I was like, oh my God, she's really hot. And I was like,
yeah,
you know, that's why they brought her in. But she's never litigated a case. And Comey, he's all like, you know what? Bring it on. We were going to do this episode about how everything's going crazy with the Jimmy Kimmel shit. But then I was like, these motherfuckers are such a clown car. Like, I'm not worried. You brought in all the admirals of the army and yelled at them about being fat, and you think they're going to back you when you try to do a coup? Like, that's not how you build hearts and minds. That's not how you build a military dictatorship. You're not going to shame the people who keep you in power, man.
Yeah, and I think this whole idea of, like, you know, using cities as training grounds and the war from within, it's like the armed forces, like these men and women did not sign up for, you know, policing the state. And we also saw in DC how they literally didn't have any authority and
they were just like, weren't they like lying around? They didn't have anything to do.
They were like picking up trash.
And they were like kind of hungry because they didn't appropriate, like put enough funds towards them.
I know that
eating.
happened in LA, but yeah, it's like offensive. And yeah, like this idea that like that's gonna get them worked up and excited. They want to freaking fight terrorism.
I know, they don't want to fight your political partisan bullshit.
Which, speaking of, the war on terror is over.
Wait, did they say that?
No, but I'm saying it because the president of Syria, spoke at the UN. And
honestly, the glow up on him, I'm into it. He's looking kind of hot. Like, shave the beard down a bit, get him out of that Taliban outfit, and he's looking pretty fly.
He's young.
I know.
Which honestly, I was looking at him and I was like, I miss when we had young presidents, you know?
I know.
Wouldn't it be great if we had a really hot president?
Yeah.
I guess Kamala, people thought she was hot.
No,
but
I'm talking about a man. I want a hot man. You know, I want to feel like somebody I can trust, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Obama I thought he was hot.
The beard needs to go. But besides that.
But he looks like he knows what he's doing. Ahmed
al-Shara.
So you're talking about the interview that he did with
David Petraeus. Yeah. Okay, so I have no opinion on the current governing body in Syria because I just feel like Syrians have suffered so much.
Yeah, do what you can.
Like the fact that he is a former member of Al-Qaeda, you know, like people change.
Yes, people do change. We have to let people change.
Yeah, so I'm not opposed to him. I honestly don't really know that much about it. But the fact that he gave a speech in New York City at the UN as a former member of Al-Qaeda across, like in an interview with David Petraeus, former head of the CIA.
I think so, yeah.
Who during his tenure had put out a wanted poster of the current president of Syria with a $10 million reward and then captured him, and put him in jail. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but in the early 2000s, New York had a bit of a to-do, and that was called 9/11. Okay, when the Al-Qaeda terrorists freaking crashed into the World Trade Center. Okay,
Yeah, big deal.
never forget.
Never forget.
I feel like maybe we forgot.
Yeah.
But for him to sit across from this guy and say, like, we wish you success, inshallah.
Dude, when he threw in the inshallah, I was like, Petraeus said inshallah.
We wish you success, inshallah. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck you, because I'm sorry, but like, why did you get us all worked up about this freaking war of terror? Oh, we don't negotiate with terrorists? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you can.
You literally are telling them blessings in their language, in Arabic. You know what I mean?
We got tricked.
See, when I saw that interview, at first I was like, oh, that's AI. I was like, why would he say inshallah? I was like, this is an expert level troll. And then it was like, no,
it was
no,
real.
It was real.
And that's just like when I think about Hamas right now. It's like, oh, you don't like, Hamas has got to go. Well, wait 20 years and then you might be honoring Hamas at the UN. Like, how many people died in your freaking war of terror for you to just like shake hands with Al-Qaeda?
Dude, I will say, I was talking with other friend of the pod, Vicky, about how we just need to throw inshallah into more regular conversation.
Is it inshallah or inshallah?
I say inshallah, but that's probably wrong. But that's just how I'm going to say it.
Okay.
But I remember once, maybe you were on this group text, like 5 years ago, there was a contentious group text and I threw an inshallah in the group text and it literally just exploded. Like, there's no way to take the group text up to the next level, like throwing in an inshallah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think people should do it more.
That's honestly, I should do that because I'm in way too many group chats.
I know, if you want to get out of all of them, especially like when things get heated, throw that in and some people will go sideways.
I'm just going to be like sitting at the airport tonight, be like sending inshallahs. TSA is going to like take my phone and be like,
who's going to be working at TSA? Nobody's going to be working there because I don't know if you guys heard, but the government shut down.
Yeah.
We have to get you there early. You have to get like Roman litter carried there.
I don't really believe in getting to the airport early.
Dude, you stress me out. Just hearing that stresses me out. You don't believe in getting to the airport early?
I feel like 2 hours early for an international flight. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Have you ever rolled? I have once by accident recently because I was so
1 hour for domestic, 2 hours for international.
Yeah, I did roll up. Because I was talking about this with Sarah, actually, how I've like somehow seemed to have transitioned from being a type A person into a type B person in the last like year. And it's really confusing. But I did roll up to the airport 20 minutes before boarding was going to start and then got stuck in security for hella long. And I'll tell you, that shit is stressful.
Did you miss your flight?
No.
So it's all good.
I know, but I have not yet accessed that next. That's like the advanced level. I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if I make my flight. I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's badass. You know who wants to be badass? Really bad?
Who?
Our boy Ezra.
Yeah, so Francesca, tell me a little bit about your beef with Ezra Klein. And I know it gets to a personal level, so I do want to hear a little bit more.